If you have something positive to say to somebody, I believe you should say it now. Unless that somebody is somebody that you've been telling yourself that you're not gonna go back to, that you ought to not go back to. But if you know you got the words within you to heal somebody, then like Emily Dickinson said, if I can help but one lonely robin back into his nest again, I shall not live in vain. If you can be the voice to help one lonely robin back into his nest again, that can even be just a little robin itself. Then you shall not live in vain. That robin will remember your compassionate ways and help another bird, another father, sky, into his nest again. Then the kindness will spread on and spread on. And these ways of compassion will heal in the wounds of ignorance, because it doesn't exist, you see. The poet, rather the student of the Buddha, Zuski. Now, I remember with these videos, I must make it past 3 minutes so I can actually post it as a video. So to extend on the concept of helping the lonely robin back into his nest again, is the simple fact that I've learned even walking amongst the people in the streets. When I didn't greet people and they looked at me, they would look with a more of an intimidated gaze. But when I start to greet, because I've learned is we all look for that acceptance when we see somebody. That's what that first glance is. It's a glance to see if you're going to acknowledge us with peace. If you're going to acknowledge peace. Because that's all humans are made for, was peace. And we communicate through gestures and through, or of course, through voice. So when we cross paths on the street, we can at least do a simple bow. You don't gotta speak, just a simple bow. Though it starts with self. It starts with self. So every day, whatever you are, whoever you are, we're all one, rather. So every day, when we go outside, when we see people, let's at least give a bow of respect, of honor. Why would you honor somebody on the streets? Because when they go home, I guarantee they think the same thoughts you do. I just want to live freely. I just want peace. But if we all just want peace, if we all just want to live free, why do we run past each other on the streets and not greet each other? Why do we not recognize the peaceful nature within ourselves? Whether you call it Christ conscious, whatever you believe in, why do we not recognize it when we see each other? It's because when we look in the mirror, we don't see it within ourselves, so we cannot recognize it within somebody else, because we go with jealousy for that person. For so long as you're a jealous being, I don't want to, rather to say there is no such thing as a jealous being. Jealousy is an affliction that does not reign in the mind of peace. So if you talk to me about jealousy, I must ask you, then what does peace truly mean to you if you still hold on to the blues of jealousy? Or to any affliction, you must let it go. So, I don't challenge nobody. Rather, let me say, what's the word to use? Permit? No, that's not the word. I request for everybody that watches this video, when you come across the being you don't know, smile and give a bow. That's it. Just acknowledge their presence. Because you never, that acknowledgement can mean so much to a person who never feels acknowledged. That one smile can go a long way. I felt it before. It can go a real long way. Especially when you feel like nobody hears you, it can go a long way. And if we know how it feels, we should know how we feel when we see each other on the streets. It's no different. If you see in the eyes of all emotions, you can see it in anybody. If you know the tunes and the melodies of misery and the melodies of peace, then you can see it in anybody. And you can recognize it. So, and at that point, you truly cannot say, well, I didn't know. Well, how didn't you know? What I mean by that, how didn't you know, is a lot of times when we see people on the streets and we tell ourselves we're going to greet them or we're going to do something positive today, it's always when we get in the heat in the moment where we say, never mind, it's too much. I can't get it, I can't do it. Why? Because I learned when you prepare for stuff, it suffers you more. Because when you're preparing for something, so much so, but you haven't actually had a game plan, you just preparing and keep talking about it, keep thinking about how you're gonna do it, how you're gonna do it, how you're gonna, what you're gonna say, what you're gonna say to be perfect. Drags it. And when you get to here in the moment, you build so much thoughts around these thoughts. Because of all this thought, you build around another thoughts, and now you got attachments to these other thoughts. And when the moments come, you just don't know which one to grab. You know what to say. You know what to say. It's in you because you didn't overthink it. There's too many thoughts clouding your mind. There's too many clouds in the sky to grab from. And the time we give each other, we don't allow ourselves to give each other enough time to think. We feel emotions too quick. We don't give each other time to think, to just thinking, and respond. Because you don't respect us, we have to respect each other. And if we don't respect each other, I gotta look inward and I gotta say, well, then you must not respect yourself. Because that's what it is. It's all reflections of what's inside of this. If inside of this is not pure, then, it's in the realm that you walk. Your actions will be, if not purity, it'll be a kush rather than kush. Now, I left these videos going no longer than 20 minutes. And on this video, I see no point to going longer than 10. I'll just be dragging words. There's always a point where I say, if the mind is quiet, then why speak? Why speak? I was going to write a poem. No need to say these words there. The mind is quiet, then why speak? Let me listen to anything else to say here, then. Yes, just a reminder again. As you go about your day today, wherever you are, wherever you wake up in the dawning day, when you greet people on the streets, a coworker, when you greet another human being, period, even if it's your own family, especially if it's your family, use your words. But if it's people, unless your family is disowning you, the reason why I say that just do a bow, it's also about forgiveness to the ones who harmed you. So that way you don't live in so much hate. That bow means more than just a greeting. It's a bow of peace. It's a bow that I don't mean any harm. I'm only here for peace. If they don't bow back to you, then perhaps they don't know. But at the same time, for those who are in a very toxic environment, you just can't bow to everybody because they got guns around them. They don't want to see you bow. That's the sad part. It's real sad. You gotta look in the mirror and say, that's real sad that you would do that to your own people. That's real sad. That's real sad that we still can even resort to these ways. After seeing the Buddha's monks walk with peace, I believe it inspired a lot of beings. Rather than merely to say we shouldn't let these things go. We shouldn't let these. That was a long journey, and being that they made that journey out here to spread peaceful messages, it's wholesome and compassionate for every one of us to uphold that peace and to maintain that peace, because that's a far journey. It's a far journey. It's a far journey. And everyone else too, there's many people, many beings on social media I see who truly is spreading the word of peace. Sadly, I also, truly I also see some, of course, reaping benefits off of it, and they're becoming less pure, and that is because it's paying you. So now you gotta give what the people want rather than what you want, and every time you do that, it gets impure. And that's why when you gaze at my page, you see not so many people looking at this person gaze, because I'm not posting what people want to hear. I'm posting what must be addressed. And a lot of times what must be addressed, people don't want to hear it because they don't want to accept change in their life. They're so afraid of it. So, but you must accept, so long as you reject change that's coming road to come, it will be so far behind that I can't speak these words into existence. So a recap of this video, as you go on about your day, when you meet people, when you greet people, and I'm not talking empty. I practice this myself. Otherwise, I would not be sharing this with you. Greet people. Even the men, you men out there, when you see women on the streets, stop walking. Do something like this. I'm learning to do this. You go to as well. Because you must treat women how you treat nature. Otherwise, you are no child of nature. You lost your true nature. You gotta do this. Let them pass. And then you walk. You greet them. And you don't just do it to your queens, to your goddesses, you do it to that of every woman. Because I never seen a tree, a bush, or grass. I never seen them argue with each other. I never seen them talk about the difference of color. So why do we do it? Because of ignorance within ourselves. That's why. So we must treat all of each other. We must treat each other equally. There's no other way. There's no other way. So, for some reason, I'm reading Total Shon's book. I'm kind of curious. It's in Russian. Gazing at it. Is this one right here? But it's in Russian. It's a thick book. I don't know who this is on this image here, but I'm sure I have my what's it called? My speculations, and I'll say that my speculations. My speculations up there, so pop right there. Yeah, this is all in yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. A little about myself for those who watch, if you made it to this part of the video. Because it's not that bad when you actually have a personal connection with the person from you're watching. Because, well, if you don't trust me, let's just ask you. If you don't trust me, if you don't know me, then it's as if you're listening to a stranger. You know? I'm a mere student, so know that anything I say on these channels is not something I'm just throwing out there. It's something that I've learned and that I'm actually still learning. Rather, if I'm learning it, I'm not going to teach it until I've learned it and honed it. And as far as the things I'm talking about right now, I'm in a very comfortable spot to where I can say, yes, I achieved the unachieved. I'm not talking about crazy. Rather, the awareness that we simply been living by thoughts, not by wind. Thought is different from the breeze. The breeze is unpredictable. Thoughts. Let me think. Because this is just slipping my mind now as I talk about it. Maybe that's the topic for a poem, man. Actually, I don't need to write for that. Be the breeze. Listen to the breeze. Yes, rather than the thoughts, because the breeze is your breath. Thoughts are just words in your head. The breath will lead you the right direction, because when you listen to the breath and you hear the wind, okay, it'll say, go that way. Truly, it'll tell you to go certain ways. And not until you go the peaceful way, until you lose trust for yourself and your voice gets diluted with the voices of others and their opinions start to get into your mind. We're all on the same journey, yes, but the fact that we all bear different interests in this life, our paths are not the same. It's a straight line, yes, though we bear different focus. I may like the color blue because I'm a Pisces, so I enjoy it. I'll say for now, so I enjoy the ocean or the sea. I'm not so sure about I'm not even sure about what the Pisces is even. I just know people would say they were sensitive. And I remember when you say I'm not sensitive. But growing up, noticing and going back on my past, it's not that I'm sensitive, it's that I care a lot. It's not sensitivity, it's that I get attached when I care too much. Rather, I got attached when I care too much. When you consider an affliction, I say I just love really hard. And I believe that lots of us love very hard because lots of us are very scarred. Lots of us, you see? So, there's no way our children to come should ever have to feel we felt. There's no way our children have to ask us, hey dad, what is true love? No. Rather to say, how can I get over my wife cheating on me? Such a crazy question. I would, we should not even teach lust to our children. We should get rid of all of this toxic music so it's not too much. I may stop myself. Like, I must delete all the toxic songs I put up and take it down, because so long as even I listen to it, so long as any of us listen to it, if you have, these toxic music anyway, I'm getting too passionate in my words. So long as we listen to toxic speech, we cannot be at peace. The reason why I say that is because you cannot say you are a peaceful being and listen to music about killing others. That is not peace. And that's not peace. You bounce in between. You want peace, but your interests say otherwise. Right. That's about it for this video. To all who watch, now let's do the bow again. The bow of unity. The students, the Buddha students. I would call myself nothing else. The Buddha student. The Buddha's been teaching me since. Yes.